impressive in the heats last week, Big Energy. That's why he is so short as Sky Racing 1's on board. This is our feature of the night. It's the $1 million Melbourne Cup final. We're going over the 515 metres, and as you've heard from Don, and we've heard throughout the week, Big Energy, he is the dog that everyone wants to be with. There's one eye to the Phoenix in a couple of weeks, so what he does tonight, that will ultimately impact the market for the Phoenix. So whilst we've got the Melbourne Cup tonight, there's a huge eye and a huge watch on a couple of weeks from now. But this is the feature. This is what we're all here for. As you've seen on the screens of Sky Racing Active, the crowd is packed right in. One final look at the market here, Don, before we get upstairs.
Well, there's only one way that's a losing way for the tab. Such has been the investment on the favourite here, Big Energy. $2 back into $1.90. Best back to beat it on the second line of betting is Tim Zoo, who's 5 out to 5.50. Buddy Manelli, third most popular, is a $6 quote. And Fab's Vegetable, $21 the early price, now into $12.
4, 1, 6 and 7. Those are the numbers from Cat Ernst here ahead of the Melbourne Cup. Great scenes trackside here. Best of luck with your investments. We're right on start time. This is the feature worth $1 million. Let's get you upstairs to Dan Hibbard for the call.
And the rest of them at double figures with Fab's Vegetable at 12. He won his heat in 29.68. $17 Idolised, the mum of the field, who won in 29.72. And then it's $19 for Max Damage, Aussie Rocks and Make No Promise. And they're about to get set. Starting signal about to be given. The Sportsbet Melbourne Cup favourite, Big Energy for Jackie Greeno at $1.90. $6 Tim Zoo, $6.50 for Buddy Manelli. And they're about to move into the boxes for the Group 1 feature. $1 million in total prize money, $650,000 to the winner. And their name on an honour roll, which is dripping with history. This is the big one of the year, the Sportsbet Melbourne Cup final. Field of 8, favourite in the blue. And they're getting set. First line in, second line joining them. And we're just about set. The green light is turned on and the lure rolls. For the Sportsbet Melbourne Cup of 2023, they're set. Racing, Big Energy was okay to begin, but look at Idolised flying over. Idolised will lead. Big Energy's back in the field, taking it forward was Buddy Manelli. To the back, Idolised the leader. Max Damage up to second. Mozzie Rocks is third. Big Energy starts to make ground. They're clear on Make No Promise and Tim Zoo. Then came Fab's Vegetable. Leader was Idolised. 2 in front, trying to get at Max Damage. Big Energy's running on. Idolised in front, to the outside, Max Damage. Big Energy flies. Aussie Rocks. Aussie Rocks has gone through and won. What a finish. Aussie Rocks has won the Melbourne Cup. Second, Big Energy. Third's a photo. Max Damage is there with Make No Promise roaring home. Further back then to Fab's Vegetable, Tim Zoo. Buddy Manelli fell at the start. It's 29.56. What a race.
Oh my goodness. Jeffrey Mitchell, Melbourne Cup winning trader.
Unbelievable. You got no idea.
I have no idea. Talk me through it.
Oh, unbelievable.
A big man, and he can't even talk, Jeffrey. You cannot talk. Talk me through the race. He's jumped. He gets to a position.
Posse up third, down the back. Rails up. I thought he's a strong dog. If he gets near him around home turns, he's going to run straight underneath him. And what's happened now? Well, you tell me.
Well, he's won a Melbourne Cup, I can tell you that. You rode him home. Get up on the rail, boy. Get up on the rail, boy. I could hear you.
I did.
Can you believe it?
Unbelievable. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
What does he mean to you, this boy, Aussie Rocks?
He's the best dog I've ever trained. I've trained dogs for 45 years. I've had a cup before in 2009, Remo Rubik.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable.
I can't believe it. You're a Melbourne Cup winning trainer. Group of owners. Ray, who does all of the dog transport, he will be beside himself.
Yeah, for sure. He'll be crying up there, crying for joy.
I'm surprised to see a few tears coming out of your eyes, Jeffrey. Are you softening up?
No, it's just unbelievable, mate. It's just one of these things. This is what you go for. This is what you get up in the morning and train dogs for when you've got a real good dog like this. and he's a good dog.
Talk to me about the planning for the Melbourne Cup. At what point do you say, I want this dog to win the Melbourne Cup? Because you gave him a 600-metre campaign. I think that put the strength into his legs. Do you then say, we've now got the strength, let's target a race like the Melbourne Cup?
Well, he's a strong dog, and when I said, right, we're going to put him over the 600, Ray said, oh, okay, then do it. So we done it. He won his first 2 out of the 600. He come home strong. And I said, Ray, we'll set him up for the Melbourne Cup. But the first few runs here, he done no good. Didn't like the track. He fell early when he was young. And then I thought last week gave him a lot of confidence when he won. Yeah. And this week when he rolled up, oh mate. Unbelievable.
I want to know what it feels like to cross the line first in the Melbourne Cup in one line. Tell me what it feels like.
Oh, just unbelievable. Just one of those things that you can't really explain, but just like when I seen him on the home turn, a couple of lengths behind, I thought he's strong, but I didn't think he'd, mate,
You've done it, Jeff. Go see the champ. Aussie Rocks, the winner of the Melbourne Cup.
What a fantastic win, Aussie Rocks. This is why we love Group 1 racing, Dom, because anything can happen. And coming around the turn, there was about 4 or 5 different chances. We thought Big Energy was peeling off their heels coming into it. Max Damage launched and looked like a chance. And then right up on the inside, Aussie Rocks.
Well, I think we'll hear from Kat in just a moment, but certainly the rail was probably key there, wasn't it? Managed to get on the inside. Big Energy got caught too wide. And Kat, as we bring you in here, probably Big Energy just left himself with too much to do.
Yeah, he did. I was standing out there with Ethan Christian, who we heard a preview from him just prior to the race, and we actually thought Idolize was going to keep kicking. She Super Mum G, she ran an enormous race, but take nothing away from the winner. It was one of the more exciting Melbourne Cups I think I've ever seen, because there was 3 or 4 dogs swinging off the top turn. We were looking everywhere. Ethan was saying, going down the back, Big Energy can still win this. Come on, Benny. Come on, Benny. And it was just incredible, and just to be down there trackside and watch it all unfold. And look at these scenes. The pride of Tasmania, this dog, of course, he started his career down there, and be interesting to see whether I'd have to look at the nominations to see if he's heading back down there this or next week, coming for the Hobart 1000 heats.
Oh, it's just great to see this emotion from Jeff Mitchell as well. You could hear it post-race, and obviously it's $1 million race, 600,000 to the winner as well. This would mean more than what most could tell you, but look, ultimately, let's look away from the winner. So Aussie Rocks, fantastic win, but take nothing away from Big Energy. The start was costly, but then really had to do the work down the back straight, peeled off their heels coming around the turn and really attacked the line. So he loses no admirers tonight running second.
No, to do what he did from the position he was in was enormous. He's a speed dog, always is up on the speed, always is, 1-2 going through the first turn. So he got absolutely belted in the early stages and had to come from, I think it was 4th. And what was he, about 6 or 8 lengths off the leader going through the catching pen. So a phenomenal effort from him, and Max Damage as well as one of the roughies in the race. I thought it was a great run from that dog. And Idolize, she's just run right out of her skin. She's just felt the pinch in the latter stages, but you couldn't ask anything more from her.
Oh, no, you couldn't. She was awesome. Speaking of damage, though, with Max Damage, Don, what was the result here from the tab?
Yeah, look, there was not a whole lot of investment on Aussie Rocks. In fact, I want to go so far as to say there was only one dog in the race that was less popular in the trade than Aussie Rocks. So certainly not a good result for punters, who the majority of which were on Big Energy, but certainly for those that managed to find Aussie Rocks, paid $19 tab fixed, early $20 range on the tote. And if you manage to somehow snag a first 4 type scenario, then you're in for a serious payout. And guys, just taking a forward look at the market here, I've got a bit off kilter, but the Phoenix, of course, the pre-noms market is up. Big Energy does have a slot at $5 into 280, currently unmoved despite running second there. I think that's probably fair enough, Kat. It was a good enough run that you wouldn't see it get out, and Alpha Zulu on the second line are betting a $4 chance. So if you do want to have a play at that market, of course, Tab Futures via the Tab website or the Tab app.
And if there's a couple that are waiting in the wings here, of course, there'll be a big week this week. I'm assuming more slots will fill. We'll obviously want the final field by next weekend, of course, to leave that big week build up to the Phoenix. So will that be enough to get Aussie Rocks into a race like the Phoenix? Kat, could you see any slot holders jumping here at the Melbourne Cup winner now?
Well, there's only a couple of slots left back in the race, but the obvious concern is he does go around in a heat of the Hobart 1000. I shouldn't have said he started his career down there, but definitely has that influence there. But he heads down there this Thursday for a heat at the Hobart 1000. He's drawn box 4 down there. So the final will be, if he happens to make that, will be 2 days before the Phoenix. So I would think it unlikely that they would accept. That being said, if he was to receive an offer, there might be some grace from the stewards to withdraw from the Hobart series. That would be a question, whether that's something the trainer wanted to pursue or whether they were happy to go back down to Hobart and have a crack at that series.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But what a fantastic edition of the Melbourne Cup, and Aussie Rocks takes it out, and no doubt there'll be some large celebrations a little bit later on. But that is the Group 1 Melbourne Cup final done and dusted. We've got 2 more races to come here at Sandown Park. We'll take a quick break on Sky Racing Active and join you just before the penultimate.